Yes, hello. Today I want to talk about having a wedding, conducting a wedding. It is very prestigious for someone to pass through all the phases in life, get educated, get your degree, get a job, or do business or whatever it is, and get married. Leave your parents' home and go and start a family. In the African traditional setup, this comes with very many benefits, social status, privileges, etc. So it is very rewarding to get married. Today I want to narrow it down to wedding ceremony, that one day where you are going to invite people and feed them, where you're going to go to church and have a ring on your finger, and say, I do for better, for worse. I have been through that transition. I have not very much experience, but from consultation, counseling, etc., I think I have authority to give some insights about having a realistic wedding. Very many times people have made mistakes, have borrowed money, gone into debt. You have sometimes, some have even gone an extra mile to lie their spouses that they can meet the budget. And guess what? When the time of the function comes, people get embarrassed. And why should you pass through all that? I briefly want to give hints on how to do a realistic wedding, especially here in Uganda. But before I look at that, I want to show you the causes that I think here in Africa or Uganda are mainly the causes of doing unrealistic weddings. One is social media pressure. Because of the digital transformation era, we see very many beautiful things on the internet, on TikTok, all those social media handles. And we admire them and we want to actualize them. But guess what? That you're seeing is not yours. You have not yet arrived. So it is important for you, to appreciate, but to do something within your means. Don't accept social media pressure to force you to do exactly what you see at a cost that you don't have, or at times you will have to strain to get. The other pressures that come with doing a magnificent wedding or doing a wedding outside within your means is family expectations. Your parents, your relatives, your friends, etc. admire you. People way back in the village admire you for having maybe gotten a job without driving. You are a reputable person. And they have these big expectations about you. It is your responsibility to prove to them that some of the expectations they have about you, you have not yet achieved. But if you heed to that pressure, you will borrow, you will start getting loans, you will start putting people on pressure, making those WhatsApp groups, making phone calls to people you have not talked to for over 2 years with the expectation that they will meet your budget. The other issue is about perfectionism. We have spouses who are perfectionists. They want something to be chico. Yeah, and because of that, class comes with a cost. And you're under too much pressure to have that magnificent decoration. You're under too much pressure to come up with that magnificent cake. You're under too much pressure to come up with that magnificent clothing. And guess what? Throws you in debt, etc. Lastly, one of the main issues why we get unrealistic weddings is because we don't have a budget that we are sticking to. You keep adjusting as money comes in, as you appreciate something, and in the due course, yes, that day will be achieved. But you'll go back home and the two of you will start staring at yourselves. No rent, no money for upkeep. All you do is service loans, pay debts. This is how I think it should be happening. These are some of the tips I think can help you come up with a realistic wedding. One, set a budget. Sit down with a spouse, the two of you, and come up with a realistic budget. Look at the money you have, maybe have the budget for the money you expect, and come up with a budget. And make sure that budget is realistic. With weddings, you focus mainly on around 4 areas. The clothing, focus on the clothing, you focus on the cake, the food, and the decoration. So have a realistic budget. With those few words, I hope this helps someone. Bye-bye.